Lights, camera, action. Hello, greetings, everyone. Welcome to another Conscious Conversations with Seth, Siyon. I'm not gonna be long tonight. I just got some quick things to talk about. Um, Notes tonight, so I kind of know what I'm gonna talk about. So we're gonna just get into it. And I guess people come in when they come in. Gratitude for tuning in, first of all. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna talk about ADHD and autism. All right. So it's been a lot of misconception of ADHD and autism. Society has depicted as being like a mental illness type thing. Um, but I want to be very clear. Everyone understand, like, everyone has a touch of ADHD. Everyone has a touch of autism. The range of it varies. You know what I'm saying? Some people have very little, you won't even know, and some people have a lot where you do know. Some people are in the middle. Like it's just it's like a human defect. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it's something. It's a human. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? But most the people that have been I guess have been categorized by it, or have been diagnosed with it. They have it more extreme and it's more obvious. You know, but I want to be clear about it. Like, so with ADHD, I'm gonna start there. Like, and by the way, I've recognized that I have both, and I didn't know when I was younger. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Of course, because I wasn't diagnosed, but it got got kind of to that point. But I'm getting to that later. But anyway, so the thing about it is, understand that these symptoms they are not like no kind of like defects, or like um making you like less than or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that they're actually superpowers. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, if you're not aware of it and you don't understand it, that's why knowledge is key. So you have to first understand it and acknowledge it, and then from there it could be a superpower. Because, like, with ADHD, it's like your mind is constantly going. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you get like super hyperactive at certain like things that you do, activities, or if it's just like when you're alone, like just certain little things that it's just like you get like very hyper about it. You know what I'm saying? So learning how to, first of all, acknowledging it, and not having knowledge of it, and what it, the symptoms of it, that right there, you can use it for your advantage. Because when an ADHD person like really sets their mind to doing something, they can knock out a task that would take most people, days and hours. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so they're so in tune. Like, like once you get that, once you put it in your head that you're gonna do something, you gonna goddamn do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing gonna stop it. You gonna do it at a more efficient rate, faster rate, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing I'll say, so the downfall on it is like when you don't know and you allow it to control you. And that's the part I want to get at. Don't allow it to control you, because with ADHD you will forget a lot of stuff, because your mind is constantly, you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and then as soon as you say I'm gonna do this, you got something else you're thinking about, and then something else you're thinking about, and then you forgot all about the first thing that you was talking about. You see, so that's the like the I ain't gonna say the flaw, but it's like one of the characteristics of having an ADHD, because your mind is constantly running. And so for with me, when I was younger, I had it, bad, So one thing I learned, I didn't know this. It just happened to happen this way. So when I took karate or whatever, that's when I calmed down. And the reason why is because I had to take all that focus and put it into, like, because with karate, it's not all about just fighting. It's all about self-discipline, meditation, breathing, self-control, And those are things that when you have ADHD, you need to practice to control it. Don't For it won't control you. So I say that to say, like, people that do have a extreme high dose of ADHD, like, take time to learn how to, like, meditate. Um, Meditate, breathing exercises, exercising, working out, like, you need something to take that energy and put it into something positive for yourself and for your body. Um, yeah, that's one thing that can help control that. But again, like I said, it's not nothing that's gonna ever go away. It's just you controlling it. Not allowing it to control you. Not having it having you go boom 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 and forgetting shit, and just being overzealous of things. You know what I'm saying? So that's that with the ADHD. And also, I'm gonna go, like I said, I talked about that, and I'm gonna talk about autism. So autism is the same thing with the ADHD. Like most people, everybody has a touch of it. You know what I'm saying? Some people have a very sprinkle of it. Some people have a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? But again, if autism it's a little different. Autism more is like you're very sensitive. You're sensitive to people. You're sensitive to energy, and like your ways of communication are different than somebody that doesn't have a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say, and see, I'm not gonna use the word people that are normal, because it's it's no. You are people with autism and ADHD. They are normal. They are very, very normal. They are more normal than the norm. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Than the societal norm. So the autism is like you're just very sensitive. It's with energy, with people and people's energy. You're not depending on your doses, like autism. They don't like really being out in social events and stuff like that. Again, because of the energy that they sense and feel from people. It's draining. It's overstimulating to them. Um, they have like a lot of, like some people with autism, they have like set routines that they don't like to break. So they're like they'll do something repetitively or every day, and like they want, like, if it messes up, like they out of sorts. You know what I'm saying? So like they are very strict on like routines and stuff like that. Again, it's just learning how to control it. Learning how to control it. Again, all of these are superpowers, but you have to understand it. You have to you have to have knowledge of it, understanding it, and then learning yourself to learn how to use it for your advantage and not allow it to use you. You know what I'm saying? So with that, so we're saying that with autism, like that's a gift, because that'll keep you away from people that you're not supposed to be around. It'll keep you out of situations you're not supposed to be around. And autism kind of, if you use it right, it can help you get in tune with yourself, because you're comfortable with yourself when people that have autism at a higher rate, they tend to like to be alone, and they they're comfortable with themselves, and they do things with themselves that keeps them complacent and keeps them content. And that's a good way to learn yourself, you know what I'm saying, to understand yourself, if you know how to use it. For those that suffer with, not suffer, I'm sorry, let me change my terminology. For those who have that higher dose of autism, I say it like that, because it's not nothing that you're suffering. It's just something, it's just a way of life. It's just who you are. It's the gift that you have. Understand that these are gifts. These are not, you know, man tries to give medication for these things because they know they're gifts. That's a whole nother subject. They know they're gifts, so what they try to do is they try to numb it. They try to block it with their sorcery medication. So to each his own, but no, ain't nothing wrong with you. You don't need no medication. I'm giving you the medication right now, like learning, like understanding it, knowing what it is. Because at the end of the day, we was never taught this decades ago about, all the only thing they tell you was you got ADHD and you gotta take this medicine. That's all they told you. or you have autism and you have to do, take this medicine. Like they never gave us the knowledge and the understanding of what it is. It's not a mental illness. It's not nothing negative. It's not nothing wrong. It's just like, all right. So for those that have watched X-Men, right, and they have the gifts and powers, but they don't know how to use them because they didn't have nobody they didn't have nobody to help them understand who they are and the gifts that they have. So they was using it, in ways that you know people were frightened, and what I'm saying, they were hurting people. So then you have Dr. Xavier, who was he was the one that was bringing them off the streets and bring them to his little school, and he would teach them he would show them who they are, and he would help them learn how to benefit from their gifts and use it for a positive and not in a negative. It's the same thing with with this autism and ADHD and stuff. Like, it's the same thing. If you don't understand it, and you don't have nobody to help you, to learn how to use it and control it for your advantage, then it's gonna come out like a negative, or it's gonna feel like a negative, because you could feel like, because you're gonna feel like you're not normal, because somebody else might not have it as much as you do. But trust me, you are gifted, you are special, and not special ed type special. I'm talking about you are special. So for those who are dealing with these, or have kids, or if you have kids that have this ADHD and autism, like, I would strongly advise, do not put them on medicine. Do not put them on medicine, because there's nothing wrong with them, first of all. So you have to do your research, you have to do your knowledge and understand what it is, and understand how to help them use it for their advantage. Because we're all here for our own purpose, and we all have different gifts. We're not meant to be here and be all the same. But that's how society trains us to be. They want us to all be the same. They want us to all think the same way, act the same way, walk the same way, talk the same way, like, it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We all different. We all different individuals. We have our own personal um purposes in this world. We all have our own gifts, and it's all for the same purpose, for the collective. It's all for the same purpose and collective. So if you're dealing with it, people that dealing with it, or you have kids dealing with it, man, don't put them on no goddamn medicine, man. That shit is sorcery. That shit it's gonna make them not be themselves. It's gonna basically mold them to what society has done for the past centuries. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Do I got time? I think I got a little time to talk about it. So now, next subject I'm gonna talk about. Now, I might get some feelings in this one, but I'm gonna talk about it, because this is conscious conversations, and my shit be outside the box. So I'm gonna talk about, like, cheating. All right, like cheating, like, if you married or in a relationship or whatever, cheating. So I'm just gonna broaden y'all minds a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So cheating basically means, like, to deceive by trickery, to act dishonestly, and to be sexually unfaithful. All right. So I'm gonna pick up on the bottom part where it says to be sexually unfaithful. All right. So to be sexually unfaithful, what does that mean? Okay. So let's go to the unfaithful part. What does that mean? Because that's the, like, main that's the main part of that, unfaithful. So faith means the confidence, belief, or trust in a person. Okay. An idea, thing, the belief in Yahweh, or the creator, the universe, whatever you want, God, whatever you want to call him. All right. Now, I told you, like, my stuff, I'm not religious. I'm not in no religious. I'm all about the truth, right? Again, but I am aware of my audience, and I'm aware of where I'm at. So I try to use Use things where people can relate to and understand. Okay, so again, I'm just speaking truth, and I'm just trying to allow people to understand. So for people that read the Bible, right? Um, and I'm not gonna even give you no scripture because I want you to actually like you can see this thing about it. Nowadays. Like you used to have to know the scriptures, which I do, but nowadays you don't have to know it. All you have to do is go to Google and type in, you know, where it says this at the Bible. It's so simplified that you know what I'm saying. It's no excuse no more. You know what I'm saying. So Google just, or if you know yourself, just go and Google and look up like how many times it says in the Bible, do not put your trust in man. And it says in many ways. It don't just say man. It can say like it says in many ways. Okay, so I say that to say this: when you use the word faith, faithful, and faith, you are talking about a higher entity, something that's not human, something like a source, like the primary source, the creator. That word holds a lot of power, and I think most people use it without that without the acknowledgement and recognition of it, and that's why things happen the way they happen. Okay, understand that, and when I'm gonna say what I'm about to say, I'm not condoning people to like you know be whores or prostitutes or hearts, whatever. I'm just trying to broaden your mind because it all comes back. Guess what? To who? Yep, you got it yourself. So when we when we come in a relationship with somebody or unity with somebody, and that's again, that's the word unity. When you come one with somebody, that is a unity, and that's also the correct term would be an agreement. It's not like the faith thing, and because that's you're putting something on a human that's not perfect. We are not perfect. We never will be perfect in this suit, in this realm. The only entity that's perfect is the creator, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call him, God, whatever. I'm not sitting here and debating that, okay? Whatever you want to call him. So that's the only thing that you're supposed to that's the only thing you're supposed to be faithful to. The only thing you're supposed to be faithful to. Anything else, especially from a human contact, it's supposed to be off of it's supposed to be an agreement. Meaning whatever terms of agreement y'all relationship is, that's between y'all two. It shouldn't be written by society. It shouldn't be written by man that you have to do it this way, and this the only way it's gonna be done. No, it shouldn't. Because again, we are all different. We are all our own individuals. So when we sign these contracts, like these marriage contracts and all this shit, like that shit is deeper than what you think. You know what I'm saying? They're basically telling you how to live your life. They're telling you how to be with somebody, how to, you know, and it might not be you. You know what I'm saying? Like you love has no restrictions. Love is first of all freedom. Love has no boundaries. Love is everything. We are here through love. We have love within us. So can't nobody put that shit in no goddamn words, especially in a document to tell you this is how you're supposed to live your life forever and ever. Again, that don't even make sense. That don't even sound real. Forever. What is forever? Like for real? Like what is that? They don't even know what that is. But that's the shit that people live by, and that's what they go by. I say that to say this. So that's why shit happens. And I mean, I've been through it myself. You know what I'm saying? And like any other human, it's probably one of the worst feelings you ever experienced in your life. You know what I'm saying? But again, after you go through it and you process it and um heal from that hurt and that pain, you have to sit back and think about, so like, why did this happen? Like, I'm trying to understand this, you know. But the only thing about it is we have to understand that regardless of whatever, we don't possess or own nothing in this world, nothing and nobody. Again, it's called an agreement. Now, if y'all agree on something and you break that agreement, that's different. That's different. But the shit that and I like I said, I told you this before. Like I don't agree with the societal marriage thing because it's setting you up for like it's basically just setting you up to be a slave in society and do what they want you to do, how you supposed to do it, have you know have the kids that you're supposed to have, live in these type of neighborhoods, and all you're doing is they're just keeping us in control, and they're doing what, making all the money. That's what it is. But back to the cheating thing. So like when that if it happened to you, or if it happens, or when it happened, whatever, like just think about it, like, because at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And also people are going to do what they want to do. And if they do so-called, step outside, then it's a reason for it. And there was probably signs, many signs, that you probably ignored or didn't want to you know didn't want to take in. Cause not 9.5, no, 9.9 times out of 10, when a spouse step outside and sleeps and have sex with another, person with them, there have been blatant signs that it had happened. And then once it happened, you'll go back and be like, that's why. Mm-mm. And sometimes they even say things that what I'm saying, blunt, and just what I'm saying, you might ignore it, be like, oh, nah, they were dead ass, you know what I'm saying. So like again, that's it all comes back to us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. I think what happens is we be so hurt by this person because why, we put faith in this person, we trust this person. Now it's a line with that too. Now when it says don't put your trust in man, it don't mean that you can't have trust. Okay, it's a fine line. But when you put your trust in man or anybody, that's more of like a worshiping type, like a deity. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, at the end of the day, you have some people that in your life that you trust. You know what I'm saying? But you don't put your trust in them, meaning that even though you trust them, you know they could they could they could easily, like, you constantly know that even though you trust them, you know they can fuck up because we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect. So that's the difference with the trust thing. But the thing is, the way they do it in society, they make it like you trust in that person. So it's like basically you worshiping this person, and that's 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 not right. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I already told you, like, the faithful part. That's talking about a higher. That's the creator. That's the source. So when we put our trust in man and we want to be faithful to whomever, you know what I'm saying, our spouses or companions, then that's when shit happens because he gonna be like, oh, that's what you want to. This is your okay. This is okay. All right. And again, time frame don't even matter. But all I'm saying is, if you want it to be pure and you want it to be for you, then understand, like, it's all about an agreement, unity. When you become one, that's all about unity. Unity is an agreement. In order to become one, you have to agree to do it in the first place. So it's all about agreement. And again, when you are with your spouse or person, y'all need to have a conversation, set your boundaries, and understand each other to the point where y'all can agree. And you'll be surprised that you'll find out that the people that it's because, and I talked about this in a previous episode, because like agreements are not physical. It's more about who you are within. And that's when you really get to know somebody. When you have those conversations about how they really feel and how they really think. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, but some people are evolved and some people aren't. It's different levels to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are more evolved than others, and that's where the disagreement comes in. That because this person is going to believe in something that this person may not believe in because they have evolved, they have been through more things, or they have experienced more things than this other person to evolve, and this person hasn't. So you have to understand when when you become in union with someone, you want to make sure that y'all are on the same wavelength. That's what it ain't about, this physical shit, because this shit can fuck up any moment. You know what I'm saying? And then then what you got is you gonna have to go within again. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be about the looks no more. It ain't gonna be about all that. It's gonna be about what's within. Yes, we all have our preferences, and we all have people that we are attracted to. I get that part. And I'm not saying that you can't have both, but my whole point is once you align yourself to who you are, and 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 just do like take the time to really like do you. You know what I'm saying? Take the time to really get to know yourself, because if you don't know yourself, how can somebody else know you? How can you tell somebody, you know what I'm saying, about yourself if you don't even know yourself? And that's where I think, that's where it goes left at, because we've been programmed like once we get out of school, go to college, then get married and have kids, and get a job. Like that's slave shit, man. That's that slave shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't even have the time to even know who the fuck you are, because you've been in school so goddamn much, and now you meet somebody, and you don't, you know what I'm saying? And then you having kids, and now all your time is spent with the kids and your family and your job. And when the fuck do you get to know who you are? You know what I mean? Take the time to know who the fuck you are, man. Know who you are, understand yourself, and align yourself with people that are on your same vibration and wavelength. You know what I'm saying? That's how you meet genuine people. That's how your relationships be pure. Well, what happens is when you don't know yourself, you meeting people that either are not on your wavelength or not close, or people that are too far ahead that you can't even understand. All right, I gotta end this. I think I wasn't even supposed to talk this long, but I guess it got good. So anyways, I'm gonna end this here, and I'll pick back on those. I'll pick back up on something tomorrow. I'll be back. So as always, gratitude. Check. I know y'all seen the oils around me. Peace and love. Siyon out.